Hey guys, what is going on? The Keith Carnes, and I got some new episode here for you tonight. Got some cool stuff in this episode. Of course, this is the next episode in the Which is a Beta series. If you like the series, go ahead and drop some suggestions on me of what you would like to see me compare. It could be anything in the world. So if you want to hear my opinions on something versus something, well, let me know. So this week we'll be talking about Battlefield and Call of Duty and which one is better. Now these two games here, I picked this Battlefield because this is actually the only Battlefield I own. And I picked Black Ops out of my, actually I should turn that around because it actually says Black Ops. And I picked Black Ops out of the Call of Duty because I think it's the best Call of Duty ever made. It doesn't mean it's true, it's just in my opinion. I'm not going to, show MW3 because I despise that game. And Battlefield, like I said, is the only one I have. I'm not saying either of these represents the whole series. I'm just saying that, for example, Battlefield, this is their newest game. Call of Duty, in my opinion, this is their best game. So it's been ever since the creation of Battlefield and then Call of Duty, it's always been an argument, a fanboy war, if you will. Which is better, Battlefield or Call of Duty? And I think for as long as both games are being made, I think it'll go on forever, this war. And it is an ugly war, just like the console wars. What's better, Xbox or PlayStation? It goes on and on and on. It'll never end. So which is better? Now, in some sort of the way, I actually did do a video. And talking about the Battlefield MW3 war a number of months ago. And I actually went into detail of which one I recommend. Now, of course, I came to the conclusion that I can't recommend either because it just depends on your playstyle. So let's go over Call of Duty first. Why? I don't know, just picked it at random. So, of course, here we have Call of Duty Black Ops. But Call of Duty in general has always been known to have a series of rather smaller based maps, more of an arcadey feel, as some like to describe it, and more of an easy to play game. It's not merely supposed to, it's never really been called a simulation. It's never really been called a life, what would the name be? It just doesn't try to impersonate real life. It's just a game that's more of an arcadey feel. It does have realistic aspects in it, just like the story is very realistic with stuff. But in the end, Call of Duty is really cemented in the FPS history as simply being a arcadey type game. You have smaller base maps. You have more accurate weapons. It's very easy to play for anybody. Even if you're a complete noob to Call of Duty and you decide, hey, I want to play COD, what do you recommend I do to prepare? I don't recommend you do anything. I mean, of course, combat training is now an option, and if you haven't played Call of Duty before and you're looking to get into it or whatever, then you can play combat training in this or the upcoming Black Ops 2, which comes out next month, actually 39 days from now. So, of course, you got that option as well to practice. Now, of course, I just want to let everybody know, in these videos, I'm never going to actually reveal what I think is better. Now, I have said it many times in the past that I do prefer Call of Duty, therefore, I do prefer this over the two. However, over Battlefield. However, I'm not saying that this is actually the winner, because really there can't be a winner. It's just a matter of everybody's opinion. And nobody's opinion can be wrong. Like you, the viewer, you may prefer Battlefield, and that's absolutely fine. That's your choice, and in your opinion, it's right. And your opinion is right for you, but not for everybody. So that's why when people ask me, hey, what do you recommend? What should I play? Or this or that. I never give people recommendations because I feel that you should try it yourself. You shouldn't go off people's words, because some people will tell you that Call of Duty is the worst gaming series in history, and others will tell you it's the best. The only way to know is if you play it. So that's my words on Call of Duty. And of course, and before we start with Battlefield, one other thing I forgot about Call of Duty was it has kill streaks, something that is absent from from Battlefield. And that's another thing you get with Call of Duty that you don't Battlefield. If you care about that, cool. If you don't, whatever. Okay, so let's move on to the Battlefield games. But I'm going to primarily talk about Battlefield 3 because it's the only one I own right now. It's not the only one I've ever played. I remember I've played the original 2 on PC back in like 2005, some shit like that. I can't remember what year I played, but it's been many years since I've played the originals, and then I decided to pick this up early this year. So this is Battlefield 3, the newest Battlefield in the game, in the long-running Battlefield series. Now, Battlefield is pretty much the complete opposite of everything I said about Call of Duty for the most part. In Battlefield, sorry, you have massive open maps. I mean, every map is pretty sizable. Now, with the exception of certain maps in this game like Grand Bazaar, Operation Metro, with the exception of those rather smaller maps, pretty much all of them are big or huge. Of course, you got vehicles in this game, which is what I forgot to mention about. That's absent in Call of Duty. So you can, in this one, you can fly jets, helicopters. You know, there's little robotic thing you can control and kill people with. They have a custom knifing system in this game, which I think is really cool. I do like that, where you stab them and it shows you rip their dog tags off. That was pretty cool by DICE. Good decision making there by whomever came up with that idea. Great DLC packs. That's one thing I will give to Battlefield. They have better DLC packs because, of course, the maps are gigantic, but they also have weapon packs, something that Call of Duty has yet to do and doesn't seem to want to do for whatever reason. And they also have other stuff that comes with it, like camo and stuff like that. So, now this game here isn't like what I said with Call of Duty. I said Call of Duty is just a, you know, you're able to pick up Call of Duty with no problem. You're able to play Call of Duty as a noob, which is true. This game, no, you really can't. This game takes a lot to getting used to. And when I first popped in, Battlefield Bad Company 2 was the first Battlefield I played for multiplayer on the PS3. I mean, sorry, Bad Company 1. And personally, I hated that game, absolutely despise it. And I no longer own it because of that reason. However, it taught me how to use DICE's weapons and how it works. You know, the controls are slightly different from that of Call of Duty. And like I've mentioned in the past, what I hate about Battlefield, in that series of what I hate about, I did one about Battlefield, and Battlefield 3 for that matter. And the accuracy in these games is very questionable in my opinion. What I mean by that is I'm not going to just sit here and say, well, in my opinion, because I think most people will agree, the accuracy in these games is pretty ridiculous. I mean, having to put a whole clip into a guy and reload and he still isn't dead, I think that's a little crazy. With that being said, Battlefield is a great game. So, of course, you guys, like I said in my past video, it just depends on what you prefer. A smaller base, easy to play game, Call of Duty's your game. You want a challenge, you want more realistic, huge open maps, vehicles, and really good DLC, Battlefield is your man, so to speak. Anyway, you guys, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope it didn't offend anybody. Remember that I am impartial in these videos. In this video, I did admit that I do like COD better, but I only admitted that in this video because simply because I had said it many times in the past. Now, I will in the future tell you guys what I prefer the two, but I'm not going to say, well, it is better, because it's just my opinion. Anyway, this is Keith Carnes. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and I will see you guys this Sunday with the new episode of Unsolved Mystery Talk. This is Keith Carnes, and I will see you guys later. Peace.